We know the 10 foods to help you achieve a fat loss goal. If you're eating these 10 other foods, you're very likely not only going to hit a plateau, you're probably even going to reverse your progress. And that first food is actually a drink, and it's fruit juice. Guys, just get rid of it. You've been told it's a great source of vitamin C. There are other better options that are not loaded with sugar. Let's just put this into perspective. 8 ounces of orange juice, which is way less than most people are going to drink, contains about 20 grams of sugar. A Coca-Cola at the same amount of ounces has about 22 grams of sugar. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of you guys in the comments who are like, how can you possibly compare those two? But when it comes to sugar and when it comes to achieving a belly fat loss goal, they act the same. They both are going to spike your insulin levels and completely shut off fat burning. Not to mention, fruit juices are rich in fructose, which is a simple sugar that through the liver turns on new fat creation. Instead, if you're going to have fruit, just make sure you're getting it from a whole source. Don't drink your fruit, eat your fruit. If you're new here, my name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's nutrition human performance, and today's video is sponsored by LMNT. More on them in a bit. Now, the second food that you really need to get out of the house if you're looking to achieve a belly fat loss goal is pasta. And yes, that includes the whole wheat organic pasta. Even if it's a whole wheat product, it's highly processed, very easy for the body breakdown, and very easy to spike our storing hormone insulin. And there are a ton of other great pasta alternatives. I have a whole blog post with the differences that you can check out. I'll have that link down in the description below. Now, the third food to get out of your house is protein bars. Now, the problem with protein bars is not only can they be sneakily high in sugar, which obviously is a problem, they also promote snacking over meals. And the more often that we're eating, which is what snacking is eating more frequently, the more often our storing hormone insulin is raised. And our body can only tap into that fat burning state when insulin is low. So by promoting a state of snacking, like with protein bars, it means that you're going to have less time spent in a fat burning state. So instead, get those protein bars out and focus on a meal structure, whether that be 2 or 3 meals per day. Now, the fourth food is sandwiches, or our sandwiches. These are rich in those refined carbohydrates that are easily broken down and spike insulin. Not to mention, they generally are going to be pretty low in protein. Most people are only using a couple slices of deli meat if they're adding in any into a sandwich, which is only going to be anywhere between 1/4 to 1/3 of your protein needs at that meal. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have any type of sandwiches for the rest of your life, but you'll want to make sure that you're using a bread alternative, like making homemade flax bread or using a jicama wrap or a coconut wrap, and really ensuring that you're getting enough protein for your body's needs within that sandwich. Now, the fifth food to remove are sports drinks. And this is a really big one because most sports drinks are ironically really high in sugar. Just to give an example, 12 ounces of Powerade has about 20 grams of sugar. So if you are exercising to help reduce belly fat, then instead of a really sugary sports drink, you can check out today's sponsor, LMNT. LMNT not only has 0 sugar, which already makes it head and shoulder above most other sports drinks, but it's also really focused on providing the electrolytes that your body truly needs. Especially if you're looking to achieve a belly fat loss goal, you're going to be eating less insulin spiking foods. When you do this, the body releases a lot of sodium as well as a lot of water. So in order to prevent headaches or low energy, it's really important to replace those. LMNT not only contains sodium, but it also contains magnesium and potassium. And interestingly, studies have found that low salt diets can actually make it harder to achieve a weight loss goal by making the body more insulin resistant. And LMNT comes in a ton of amazing different flavors, all of them 0 sugar. They have mango chili, raspberry salt, citrus salt. There's this like orange flavored one, which I really like. They even have an unflavored option. So if you're not really a fan of different flavors, then this would be a great option for you. You can test out 8 days worth of LMNT for free. All you have to do is pay for the shipping by checking out the link down in the description below. This is just for my viewers, just for the AM peeps. So make sure you check out LMNT down in the description below. Okay, number 6, sweetened coffees and teas, which interestingly, I'm having my unsweetened coffee right now. Perfection. Now let's just take a look at some of those really popular ones like vanilla lattes, chai lattes, and PSL. We already know that liquid sugar is a problem. And I mean like a really, really big problem when it comes to achieving a weight loss goal. But these sweetened coffees have a lot of it. A 16-ounce vanilla latte from Starbucks has about 35 grams of sugar. But it gets worse. The same amount of a chai latte has about 42 grams of sugar. And on top of that, the PSL has upwards of 50 grams of sugar. Black coffee, keto coffee, all much better options. All things will actually help you achieve your weight loss goal while still having coffee. But even if you do need a little bit of sweetness to help with that transition, stevia, monk fruit, both much better options than the 50 grams of sugar, which is essentially like a sugar IV drip. Okay, the 7th food are chips or popcorn. I know most people understand that chips aren't really ideal, but a lot of people think that popcorn is a healthier option. But nutritionally, they're actually kind of similar. Both have 0 complete protein sources, making it really easy to continue eating more and more and more of chips and popcorn. I mean, literally, who has ever actually had the 1 cup serving size of popcorn? No one. It's not real. Both of these snack options will not make you satisfied. It has zero satiety impact on our body and makes it so that you're going to keep eating more and more. Okay, the 8th food are energy drinks. Now this one is also pretty insane because I didn't realize that a 16-ounce can of Monster has about 53 grams of sugar. No wonder why people are wired when they have something like Monster, because it's high in caffeine and it's going to have a lot of sugar. You're on like a Halloween child sugar high while also on a caffeine high. If you need an energy boost, having it from a zero sugar source like coffee, like tea, is going to actually help you achieve a belly fat loss goal versus actively working against your goal. Okay, the 9th food are muffins, cakes, croissants, really any baked goods. Now this one is particularly sneaky because it achieves something called a bliss point. All of these foods combine sugar, fat, and refined flour. Researchers have found that when you have these highly refined carbohydrate sources like sugar and refined flour paired with a higher amount of fat, it bypasses any satiety you would have gotten from that meal and leads you to something called a bliss point that becomes highly addictive and makes it really easy to keep on eating more and more and more. And this is physiology. This is not willpower. It causes the body to enter into this addictive-like state where it's really difficult not to reach for another croissant or another cookie or another bite of cake. Now, the 10th food to remove if you're looking to achieve a belly fat loss goal is cereal. High in sugar, high in refined carbohydrates, low in protein. You need to have protein, you need to have high quality fats at your meal in order to feel satisfied and not need to eat in between meals. That's why most people, when they have cereal, they feel hungry within 2 hours. This is because you're getting that big spike in blood glucose right after you eat the meal and then a really steep drop. When you're in this low blood glucose state, not only do you get really hungry or cute hunger, you are primarily going to crave sugar. Instead, break the cycle, have your first meal as something that's rich in protein, fat, and fiber, while also not having it be very high in sugars. Not only will you be satisfied, which is a great feeling, you can also ward off sugar cravings that are actively working against your goals, and you can help your body to be better at burning fat, which you can actually make one of my favorite protein, fat, and fiber breakfast recipes with this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.